I'll be demonstrating the functionality of the CorpusIQ application within OpenAI's ChatGPT application. CorpusIQ is a custom MCP server that has connectivity across multiple domains in order to retrieve and analyze information. So first I will go ahead and connect to the MCP server here utilizing Google authentication. So in this particular case, I start and I'll choose my CorpusIQ account, which then prompts me to note that I'm signing into my CorpusIQ application. I've got my privacy policy here, I've got my terms of service, and all of that other information that we expect from Google. If I click Next, this is where I'm going to see all of the scopes that I'm requesting here across Gmail, across Google Drive, YouTube, Google Docs and Sheets, as well as the calendar and Google Analytics and Ads information here. I can see specifically within these the scopes that I'm looking for. So here within email, notice how these are all read-only: view, search, view settings. Same thing with the Google Drive files, read-only capabilities here. Same with the YouTube account, read-only capabilities. Same with YouTube Analytics, same with the docs, same with the spreadsheets here. And the calendar information here, we see the information that we are requesting from a scope perspective for my calendars. Now, with respect to Google Analytics, we have here that we can see and report the data and all of that fine information within Google Analytics, but within Google Ads, we weren't able to select a read-only scope for Google Ads because there is no capability for that. The scope for ads is all-encompassing. It's important to note in our application that we only read information. We don't make any changes, we don't delete any data or anything of that nature. The reason that these scopes are here is because the only item that we could request was a complete control such as this here. All right, so we've got this, and again we have our privacy policy, terms of service, and everything else. So we're going to go ahead and allow that. And that is going to then authenticate us to the Google Workspace and bring us back to the ChatGPT application. So how I use this information here is I have multiple connectors within the environment here. So if I ask for my connector status, for example, I have a lot more than just Google here, but we'll focus on the Google connectors. You can see that it will go out to the connectors and it will show me the status of all the different connectors that I have here. And notice that it's telling me that I'm connected to my Google Workspace, I'm connected to some of my Microsoft pieces here, I'm connected to YouTube, I've got Google Ads, some other things in here. But specifically, if I want to look at my Google capabilities, for example, it's like, what can I do with Google, for example? And we can actually go out and with the workspace connection, here's all of the different things that my application is able to do within the Google Workspace. So you can see there's the Drive, the Sheets, the Gmail, and then what you can actually see here for all of these different capabilities. So if I want to exercise these, for example, I can say things like, what is the status of my Google Drive? And it will go out and it will tell me information about my Google Drive here. And you see here, I've got the storage, it's got what's available, what's connected, what it's doing, and all of these things here. I can ask questions like, what is the largest file? And it will go out and give me that information. So I can see things here in the environment. So you can see I'm reaching out the connector, utilizing the token and everything that I've got from the connector, and looking through, searching through the files, finding the large files. And there we have some things here that you can see. And not only do I have the file, but I then have a link that will take me straight to that file where I can actually open that file and take a look at it. So I can see there's information from my Google Drive. If I want to know things like ask questions of my YouTube account. Now, in this particular case, I'm logged into an account that does not have any YouTube videos. So if I ask a question about that, even though I'm connected and authenticated to YouTube through my Google account, I have no videos in this particular account. I've got no setup there. So no active connection. So it doesn't throw an error or anything like that. It just says, hey, you know, your connector is available, but you don't have any videos out there. Now, if I had videos, I would be able to look at statistics about the videos. I could see how many people liked them, didn't like them. I can see the views against them, all of the typical things that you can get from the YouTube analytics there. So I can also see things like my GA4 analytics. It's like, what about my site traffic for that? And it will know that I am asking about my GA4 analytics here, and it's going to go look at that, see this information, and give me the information that I'm asking for with respect to my GA4 analytics here. And it takes a little bit of time to go through and figure out all the different things that I might look for. And then it comes back, here's my traffic over the last 7 days, giving me all the nice breakdowns and everything else. And then I can do typical analytics against this data. You know, I can ask questions like, you know, what states drive the most traffic? And it knows to use the GA4 data, again in read-only fashion for that, and be able to actually see the information in my Google Analytics. I can do the same thing. What about my ad performance? And I can pull back that information here, goes out and looks. Now notice what it's telling me right now. It's like, yeah, you are there, but you personally don't have access to the Google Ads account for this. So maybe what you want to do is sign in with an account that does here. So even though I connected up to my account doesn't have any access to the CorpusIQ Ads account. So you can see, even though I'm authenticated, I'm actually checking the rights and the permissions here and saying, oh, well, you know what? You need to really redo this. Here, you need to actually log in with an account that has an ads account available to it. So we're protecting the user from that perspective, making sure that they're absolutely wanting to get to the information that they're asking for here. So generally speaking, that's everything that we can do with the CorpusIQ app with respect to the Google environment.